letting go of what holds you back is complicated. I'm going to just leave it, or I'm going to just start with that. Sometimes you feel like it's impossible, but don't give up. If you backtrack, so be it. Remember why you wanted to let go and take full control of your life, and just try again tomorrow. Letting go does not happen overnight. It truly is a process, but if you really want a change, find a starting point, start small, and let's do it. I feel like, for me, I don't have control over my life. And it's probably just because there is a lot more that's holding me back. In the previous episode, I did acknowledge how I struggle with excelling, or that fear of excelling, that fear of being accepted, and just not doing enough. But that's just scratching the surface for me. And if I'm going to be successfully able to take full control of my life, I have to expose any and everything. I have to expose any and everything that I need to let go of. Whew. That's going to be a tough one. But it doesn't have to be. Let me ask you this. Have you ever, or do you ever feel like you're going crazy? Maybe overthinking, not trusting your first mind? OMG. Let me tell you something. That's me to a T. I'm always in my head. I don't know how to get out of it sometimes. I don't. But I know that there is a lot of things that are still holding me back. And if I'm really going to jump into this letting go process, I have to truly acknowledge every single thing that's holding me back. Like I said, I did mention just 3 things that I struggle with, 3 things that I notice that are holding me back. But truth be told, it doesn't stop there. It doesn't stop there. So how am I going to really start this process of letting go? How? I'm going to just talk to you about that feeling of not having control. Why do you feel like you don't have control? Why? I mean, that's just point blank period. Why do you feel like you don't have control over your life? I mean, you wake up every single day, you get yourself dressed, you brush your teeth, you bathe yourself, you feed yourself. So why do you feel like you don't have control over your life? I'm going to be honest with you. I feel like I don't have control over my life simply because I feel like I'm still allowing others to persuade my decisions. I feel that I am heavily dependent on the acceptance of others. So there it is again. I'm still relying on people to tell me, hey, you did a good job. Hey, this is a perfect fit for you. Hey, you're great. You're awesome. You're amazing. So I still have this idea that I'm only as good as what someone else tells me. But let's rewind. Who woke up this morning? Did that same person get you dressed? Did that same person brush your teeth for you? Did they bathe you? Did they feed you? Did they say, here's a meal. Open your mouth. I'll put this in your mouth. No, they did not. But for some strange reason, I feel like their words are what feeds my soul. And I mean, don't take it the wrong way, because yes, we do sometimes need that affirmation from someone else. We do. But we should not depend on someone else telling us that we're doing our part. We should not. I should not. But I still do. And so that's why I feel like I'm not in control of my life, because I'm allowing what others think, what others feel, persuade my decisions. Recently, I've felt like, some things are just out of place. Things are just definitely out of place. And I'm looking to my support system to tell me what move I should make. Mind you, my support system is miles and miles away from me. So, yeah, they can tell me what they believe I should do. But then I have to think about, is that going to be the best thing for me? And the reason why I have to make that decision is because I am here and you're there. So it sounds good for you to tell me all of this, for you to say, come on, let's do it. You can do it. Just come on. But there are so many other things that are a part of this process. So as good as it may seem, as good as the offer may sound, sometimes it's just not possible. And I mean, there's other variables that makes that impossible. So, I mean, yeah, it's okay. Have your support system. Your support system is always going to be there. And it should be a circle of people that will have your back no matter what decision you make. It should be a support system that's able to provide criticism, constructive criticism, and just be able to provide that raw, uncut feedback that you're looking for. And I mean, we're all human beings, so sometimes, to be honest, we really do feel like others' opinions matter. I'm gonna just tell you right now, what other people think don't matter. We all have an opinion, but that doesn't mean that it matters in this situation. That doesn't mean that it matters in that situation. I mean, we all have our own opinion, so realistically speaking, is your opinion based off of what you would do in this situation, or is it based off of what's best for me? And the only person that truly knows what's best for you is you. So continue to look to your support system for that support. Talk to them and let them know what you're thinking about. And if they're going to provide their feedback and their opinion, okay, consider it. But don't allow that to sway your decisions. Because again, you had to get dressed this morning. You had to brush your own teeth. You had to feed yourself. That support system is just there to make sure, hey, did you eat? Hey, how are you doing today? So, I mean, realistically speaking, it is so hard to grab full control over my life when I know that I still heavily depend on what others think. So that goes back to what's holding me back. I mean, I feel that if I do not do what you suggested, you're going to view me in a different light. I feel if I do not do what you think is best, although I may have better reasoning as to why that's not the best choice, you're going to look at me like, well, why did you come to me in the first place? Oh, why? Why do people think like that? Why do people act like that? Why do people speak like that? But some people just feel like if you're going to take the time out to ask for my opinion, please make sure you consider it. Because if you knew that you weren't going to go with what I said in the first place, why did you ask? And I believe that we all think that way. We all feel that way at times because, I mean, truth be told, you got somebody in your life that comes to you for advice. You got somebody that comes to you with multiple suggestions, multiple ideas, and you may give feedback and then they do something completely different. So I can see how you feel like they may have wasted your time, or how you may have wasted your time in your breath, or if you were texting, how you wasted your time sending that message. But it shouldn't be like that. It shouldn't be, oh, dang, you wasted my time. No, you should just be able to say, you know, hey, I'm providing you with this feedback based off of what you mentioned to me, and I accept and I support whatever decision you make. To me, that's what makes a support system 100, maybe 1,000. Because they know that what they're providing is their opinion, and we all have them. So what are you going to do with it? As I go through this letting go process, it's hard. It is so hard. It is so hard to truly, truly let go. And I say that it's hard to let go because, one, yeah, I have a fear of what someone else may think, but also it's so hard to let go of some things that I've been so accustomed to. I grow comfortable with a certain way of doing things, a certain way of living, and then it's like you're supposed to just drop that all with the snap of your fingers. That ain't even real life. Like, that's something that you'll see on TV. So why is it such a struggle to let go? It's a struggle because it's literally everything that you've done your entire life, maybe. This entire season, this entire month, whatever it was. So no, you can't just let go of something that you've been accustomed to. So what do you do? What do you do? How do you begin letting go? I'll tell you what I do. And if it works for you, if it helps you, hey, I'm glad. If you have something else that you would do to prepare to let go, work on it. Work on it until you reach that point where you've completely let go. Letting go for me looks like, I don't know. I don't really know what letting go really looks like. I can tell you what it feels like. Letting go feels amazing. Amazing. When you are truly able to just let go, you feel good. Especially if it was something that you knew was holding you back from you. Realistically speaking, anything that's holding you back is just holding you back from yourself. Letting go is an amazing feeling. Letting go is such a beautiful thing. If it's letting go of a toxic relationship, oh God, letting go of a toxic relationship when both parties were equally toxic, oh my gosh, it's like a breath of fresh air. Delete me, block me, I'll do the same. Those pictures that we had, we may have to delete them. You can't delete those memories as quickly as you can a text or a picture, because they linger. You guys have done so many things together. You've gone so many places together. You may have even listened to some songs, and now you can't listen to those songs anymore because it makes you think of that person. So just change the song. So when I tell you letting go feels amazing, that's one aspect. Letting go inside of a relationship. Letting go of that fear of being acceptance. Once I get to that 100%, it doesn't matter what people say point, because right now I'm not at that 100%. I still struggle with, what would you think? Is this going to be a good segment? Is a lot of people going to like it? Are you going to repost? Are you going to share? Are you going to come and give me feedback? Once I get to 100% where your opinion does not matter, what I'm doing, how I'm doing it, what I'm doing for myself as a hobby, a new business adventure, whatever it is. Once I get to that 100%, I appreciate your opinion, but it does not matter. I'm going to feel like the boss that I told y'all that I am going to be. Like I told you that I am. As I'm going through this process, I am still a boss, baby. I am still a boss. Okay? I'm just bossing up with every step I take. With every day that comes. With every day that I continue to move forward and not let your opinion uncomfortableness settling in. And now you've acknowledged that, hey, yeah, that wasn't really working. This isn't really working. And so you are acknowledging that it's not working. And so now you're making strides on letting go. You're feeling more uncomfortable because now you have to find life outside of this person. Someone that you may have felt the entire world evolves around. But what about you? Did you lose yourself during that time? I can probably tell you that I lost myself. I definitely lost myself. I lost myself, and I'm working on finding her again. So that's why this letting go process for me is so uncomfortable, because I have to find myself. I have to start doing things that I may have never thought I would find interest in, but it's helping me keep my mind off of what was holding me back. It's helping me start to find new ways to enjoy myself. So enjoy this uncomfortable feeling as you are preparing to let go. It's definitely well worth it. Again, letting go is complicated. It is so complicated. But it doesn't have to be. If you really want to see yourself do better, be better, feel better, then embrace the uncomfortableness and just carry on. Sometimes I feel like I'm just going crazy. Like, man, I feel like I'm going crazy. I feel like, I don't even know what I feel sometimes. Sometimes I feel that the world is out to get me. And then I'm like, well, you living right, so why do you even feel like that? So because you feel like the world is against you, does that really truly make you crazy? Probably. Maybe. Especially if you're living right. But are you living right according to your standards, or are you living right according to what other people say you should be living right by? Again, I feel like I'm going crazy because I'm trapped in my own mind. I'm trapped. I am so trapped in my own mind. Like, it is so crazy. If I can just get out of my head, I would do so much better. I would feel so much better. But I have to feel comfortable knowing that I'm about to be uncomfortable as I try to see life differently. I feel like I'm going crazy because I can't make up my mind on what it is that I'm really wanting. Here I am, 25, and I'm looking like, is this what I'm supposed to do? Is this what 25 is? Is this really where I'm supposed to be? I'm going crazy because I don't even know what life expects out of me. I don't. So I'm trying to do whatever it is I feel I'm supposed to do to prevent myself from going crazy. I be so wrapped up in my mind, I tell you. I was at work and I was reading the same 2 lines over and over again. And I could not comprehend nothing that was said. So I had to ask for assistance because I said, I must be going crazy because I don't understand. Like, I've had this situation before, but for some reason I cannot process anything. Please help me. So what you're trying to say is that if you feel like you're going crazy, seek help? Oh yes. Please, if you feel like you're going crazy and you're just out of control, your mind is just doing its own thing and you feel out of place, please seek help. And I'm not trying to say that you need to be in a psych ward, because I know I don't need to be in one. But some people may see the way that I carry myself or hear what I say and think, she do not need to be out here with the rest of the world. She needs to be locked up in a room with her hands across her chest. No, I don't need isolation. Isolation also causes me to go crazy. I'm by myself 24/7. I'm by myself 24/7. So that's also going to make me go crazy. That is going to make me go crazy because I don't have anybody to talk to. I don't have anyone to just talk to be in their presence. It's just me all the time. So I'm going to do things that I feel are okay. But then if I go out of my front door and try to do those same things, say those same things, someone is going to look at me and say, you're crazy. You need to get some help. So for me, getting help is getting my notepad, getting my pencil or my pen, and writing down those thoughts. Writing those down. Also, getting help for me means seeking professional help, such as a counselor. And straight up with you, I didn't really understand the importance of a counselor, especially after my brother passed. I'm like, what am I supposed to talk to you about? What are you expecting me to say? I sat in there on that couch and they said, talk to me and say whatever. Because sometimes just talking to another person, having someone else talk to you about whatever it is that you're looking at, that you're trying to comprehend, or what you're feeling, can sometimes just make the world of difference. So if you feel like you're going crazy, hey, I feel like I'm going crazy too. So as I'm trying to go through this let go process, I have to be comfortable with my uncomfortableness. It is such a hard thing for me to deal with right now. Just that ideal of I'm going crazy. That is, nobody, we jokingly say, yeah, I'm crazy. I do this, I do that. I say this, I say that. I'm crazy. We throw that word around so much. But then when you really start to sit back and analyze, am I really crazy? Did I really need to do that? Do I really need to act like that? Do I really need to speak and say any of that? Then you start to wonder, maybe you are truly crazy? Yeah. I don't know. I tell people all the time, listen, I'm crazy. But what does crazy even mean? We all have our own definition of that word. But if you feel that you are going crazy, if you feel that you don't have full control over your life, what is it that you can do to get yourself to gain full control over your life again? To calm that craziness, to calm yourself, to find yourself. What is it that you can do? Because again, for me, what I do is I write about it. I write it down. And I'll revisit it sometimes, but not all the times do I revisit what I write. Sometimes just writing it out just makes me feel like, all right, cool. You understand where you at right now. So you're not going to repeat that same process. And if you do repeat the same process, so be it. So be it. There's 24 hours in a day, 7 days in a week. So if I mess up today, if I go back to what was holding me back today, what did you feel? Did you feel happy about going back? Did it make you feel worse? And if it made you feel worse, remember that feeling so that way you wake up the next day and you say, I don't want to repeat that same cycle. Today starts it. Also for me, I speak out loud. I talk to myself when I'm driving. I talk to myself in my car and I'm just having a conversation, And if that makes me crazy for talking out loud, then so be it. I'll be crazy in that aspect. I will. Because sometimes some of the things that I say just does not need to be placed on another being's ears. And that's definitely fine. So, for me, the best way for me to make it through this process, and I am heavily emphasizing me, because I don't want you to feel that I'm telling you how to let go, because we all have different things that we need to let go of. We have different ways of preparing to let go. So I'm just simply telling you and talking to you about what helps me, what is helping me. What's helping me let go is having my notepad, my pen, or my pencil with me. No matter the day, no matter the hour, whatever I'm feeling, if I have a random thought come across my mind, best believe it's in this notepad with a date and sometimes a time. And if there's a song that I'm listening to, that's also there. So that way, when I do finally decide to go back to my notes, I can say, well, on this day, you felt this and you said that and you did this. And it's just one of those things that, again, you have to be comfortable with being uncomfortable. I also feel that I don't have control over my life because I don't know what I'm doing. Like I said, I'm 25 and I'm not really sure what life is supposed to be like for a 25-year-old. All I know is that I'm doing the best that I can. So if you're doing the best that you can, then keep doing that. Keep doing that. We are our toughest critics. We are. Like, I'm so hard on myself. I am so hard on myself. Oh, you didn't do enough. Oh, they're not going to like that. They aren't going to want to listen to that. Oh, nah. That's not meant for you. Don't do that. You're going to fail. That's what I do on a daily. That is what I do on a daily. When new career advancements are sent to my email at work, I hesitate. I read the requirements. I meet them. But I'm not fully confident in my skill. So I just psych myself out. But let me tell you something. I did, however, take a leap of faith last May to be exact. There was this position opened, and I said, I want to do that. When I joined this company, I said, I want to do that. That is what I want to do. And that opportunity presented itself one time, and I read the requirements, and I was just like, nah, that's not for me. They're not going to accept me. Then it came back again 2 months later, and I read the requirements. This time, I went and I talked to my supervisor. And in the requirements, it said that you must get approval from your supervisor. So that's the reason why I went and talked to my supervisor. So, yes, at that time, her opinion mattered. Her opinion mattered to me because it ultimately determined if I was going to apply for this position or not. She gave me the green light. I went home. I polished my resume. I submitted it. Next thing you know, I get an email. Hey, you're invited to be interviewed for this position. Oh my God. Oh my gosh. I felt so good. I felt so good. I felt so good about myself. And then I went like maybe the hour before the interview, and I just got butterflies. I said, nah, I can't do this. They're not going to even want to listen to me. You're not going to do a good job. You're not presenting this correctly. All these negative thoughts just came across my mind. I was in my head so bad. I stood in front of that panel of judges. I did my presentation. I answered all of their interview questions. And I walked out of the room. A couple days went by, and I just started saying, oh my God, you are not going to get it. They didn't like what you did. You didn't do a good job. I don't know why you even wasted your time or theirs going in there. All of that played in my head. And I am now realizing that my fear of acceptance, my fear of excelling, my fear of not doing enough was all showcased during that time. A couple days went by. I didn't hear anything. I saw those people that were in my interview, and, they were all smiles. And I said, wow, they're smiling in my face, but I didn't get it. And so now they're just smiling to make me feel good, but I didn't get it. Go home, come back the next day. Congratulations. What? Congratulations are in order for me? I really did get it? I really did do a good job? I did do enough? Oh my gosh. You accept me for me, who stood in front of you as nervous as she was? I am capable of excelling and doing a bomb job? Huh. You betcha. You betcha. You betcha. So, I tell that story because I didn't realize then that I had such a stronghold over myself until just now. And that's crazy. And I keep using that word, but it is crazy. I can't believe now that I'm talking about it again, it's almost May again, and look at me. I'm doing my thing. I'm a boss, baby. I'm a boss. Yeah, I messed up a little bit, but constructive criticism is key. Being able to be coachable is key. Being able to take what they said and correct it is key. So I did just that, and oh my gosh, I excelled. I excelled like I did not expect myself to. My whole being changed. How I felt about life changed. Everything. All because at that moment, that confirmation solidified my ability to perform this job. Now, we're like, 6-7 months later? I'm back in my head. New opportunities are presenting themselves, but I'm not sure if I want to take them. I'm not sure if I want to even partake in those opportunities. Why? You already proved it to yourself once that you can do it. So who's really holding you back? Ooh, ouch. That hurt. Because all this time I have been saying that this and that and this and that is holding me back when it's me. Ooh, snaps. My mama just posted that it was her that was holding her back. Ooh, snap. And here I am finally acknowledging that. Like I told you, letting go is a process. And if I'm really going to reach my full potential, I have to acknowledge any and everything that's holding me back. So I mentioned to you guys that I had a fear of acceptance. I had a fear of what people may think if I was eligible for such things. I had a fear of excelling. Am I really good enough for this position? Can I really go out there and do this on my own? Am I going to be a good businesswoman? I have a fear of not doing enough because I feel like I'm supposed to make sure that these people are 100% satisfied. All of those things. But then what about yourself? You still allowing other people to pour into you to determine if you are doing the best thing that you can do. But they don't know. They don't really know. But you do. You do. I do. So, the whole title of my podcast is Inner Thought versus Reality for a reason. My inner thoughts are what keeps me from seeing the world as what it really is. When I'm finally able to acknowledge who I am, when I'm finally able to control all of these thoughts, I'm able to view the world as what it is. And then maybe I can see what life for a 25-year-old is really all about. But I got to get out of my head. Getting out of my head means opening my eyes to the world. Wait me. I mean, for real. Because like I said, I'm a boss. So here I am. When I told y'all that I had that fear of not doing enough, I kind of just was going through a rough time. And I was feeling all types of ways because of the text message that I read with my brother. I mean, that was truly a gruesome text to read, considering that 2 years later he's not here to let me know how things are going. So I felt that, I didn't do enough for him. I didn't. Maybe I didn't do enough for him in his waking life. I just feel like as his big sister, I could have done more. But again, like I told you, until someone says, hey, you did not do this. Hey, you still didn't help me. If that's not mentioned, then you know that you did your part. You know that you did your part. And he never told me, nah, that's not what I was looking for. Nah, I don't know why I came to you. Nah, I don't know why I opened up to you. No, he simply said, thank you. I love you. And that's confirmation that, hey, you did do enough. So when I get to this point where I'm letting go of that fear of not doing enough, I have to think about, did they say that what you said was wrong? Did they say that what you did was wrong? No? Okay. So then you did enough. So let go of that fear of thinking that you did not satisfy this person completely. I mean, to be honest, you cannot satisfy a person 100%. No way. No way, Jose. Not even your partner. Not even your best friend. Not even your family. You cannot satisfy anyone 100%. But you know who you can satisfy 100%? Yourself. You, oh my gosh, you can satisfy yourself 100%. When you do things that make you happy, when you do things that allow you to reach your goals, don't you feel good? Don't you feel good? Because I know I do. Listen, my credit score just went up. Oh my God. Listen, that made me feel so good because I said, dang, you did that. You did that. You working. Keep moving. Keep doing you. Because you a boss. So don't let that fear of not doing enough hold you back. Don't. Let go of that. Let go of it. And you let go of it because you know that there was no negative feedback. There was no negative vibes, or maybe there was a negative vibe, but I mean, if it's not mentioned to you, stop holding on to it. Stop holding on to it. At my job, I talk to 20, 25 people a day, and I'm supposed to say, are you satisfied with the resolution? Some of them are going to say yes and not mean it. Some of them are going to say yes and mean it. The ones that say no, you sit there and I not you, but I sit there and I start figuring out, okay, so what else can I do to make you satisfied? Listen, stop that. Stop that. Whether it's your job or not, stop that. Because if you know that you have done everything possible and you reached out and there was no other actions to be taken, don't even feel hard on yourself about it. I mean, don't, because no matter what, you cannot make sure that everyone is 100% satisfied. You can't. So you take what they give you at face value and you keep it pushing. Just keep it pushing. So letting go is also sometimes uncomfortable. Have you ever heard that thing where they say, if you're uncomfortable, that means that you're making the right move? Yeah. If you're uncomfortable, you are making the right strides in the right direction. So keep on feeling uncomfortable. Keep on feeling uncomfortable, because this letting go phase is all about being uncomfortable. First, you had to acknowledge what was holding you back. You had to. Because how can you let go of anything? How can you take full control of your life if you don't even first acknowledge what it is that's got you feeling like you don't have control? So that starts the first part of being uncomfortable. And then here comes the full letting go. Oh my gosh, let's take it back to the relationship. You've been with this person for years. You guys may have lived together. You guys may have met the family. I'm hoping you've met the family within these years. So you feel uncomfortable letting go because you're not sure what the family is going to think. The family loves you, and then they're going to see that you're gone, and they may react whatever way. Or you don't want to let go fully because you don't want this person to speak negatively on you. You don't want this person to hate you. You don't want this person to feel anything opposite of what they used to feel. But I mean, come on now. We both toxic. We both got our own characteristics that made this not work. So it is going to be a process to let go of a toxic relationship. It is. And I mean, it doesn't even have to be a toxic relationship. It can just be a relationship that does not satisfy your life goals. And so, why are you still holding on to it? Because you concerned about what mommy and daddy, grandma, cousin, uncle on the other side is going to think? But they're not in that house with you. They're not in that relationship with you. They're not on the phone with you. They're not in those text messages with you. Now, maybe the other party is sharing that information with them. Maybe that other party is not even telling the full story. They're leaving out things. So, of course, there is going to be negative feedback when you leave a relationship sometimes. Family is going to say, good, I'm glad you didn't need that. Good. Some people are going to say, dang, I hope y'all can get back to it. But when you trying to let go of that toxic relationship, when you're trying to let go of that relationship in general, you're going to be uncomfortable. And it's okay. And it is definitely okay, because you're uncomfortable now because you are having to let go of something that you were so used to. You're letting go of what you were so used to for so long. And now you got to make the best move for you. Although you was in that relationship, that person did not brush your teeth. And if they did, kudos. Because I don't think I would ever find myself brushing someone else's teeth. No. But, hey, you have to do what's best for you. So if during that time when you were with that person, you felt that this wasn't working for you, I just want to make sure that during this letting go process, you fully acknowledge any and everything that you believe is holding you back. Because once you fully acknowledge any and everything that's holding you back, you will be able to begin this letting go process. And again, letting go is so uncomfortable, but uncomfortableness equals change. If you want to see that change, embrace that uncomfortableness, because it will not last long. It may last you a couple of weeks, a couple of days, a couple of months, a couple of years maybe, but it doesn't last always. It does not. It does not, and it will not. So embrace this process. Understand who you are. Understand what you are wanting to let go of and why. Understand that. Understand that feeling that you have when you finally let go. Understand that feeling to its whole potential. Because once you understand, you are going to, I'm telling you, you are going to embrace this uncomfortable feeling that you have. You are going to embrace this uncomfortable feeling that you have, and you're going to feel so good. You're going to feel so great. If it's a relationship, if it's a partnership, if it's yourself, let go. Let go. In whatever way works best for you. Because again, these are just my opinions based off of my own life experiences. So I cannot truly tell you how to let go. But I can talk to you about what I do, and it can help you form some ideas on what you can do. Thank you for listening. I hope that you found this helpful. And if you did not, My apologies. But I appreciate the time that you took to listen to this podcast. And I do hope that throughout this letting go process, you're able to embrace that uncomfortableness like you've never embraced it before. It's going to be rocky sometimes. It's going to be rocky a lot of the times, maybe. If you backtrack, so be it. Again, just remember how you felt when you went back. And remember that your whole goal was to take full control of your life. So if you don't want to feel that feeling again, find a new way to let go so that you do not continue to run back.